Heats of reaction. This is a heat of reaction question from the 2019 Leaving Certificate Chemistry higher level paper. These questions are typically question 6, and they can be quite a straightforward calculation, provided that you pay attention to the values and the signs, and you attribute them correctly to the substances mentioned. So I'm just highlighting the substances and the values. What I like to do is transcribe the substances with their heats of formation. So I've just got them down here. I've got the substances with their corresponding heats of formation, making sure I'm attributing the correct value to the correct substance and keeping an eye on the negative and positive signs. Okay, next thing I do, I'll just bring in the formula that I use. This isn't given in the log tables book, so you need to know it. What we've got here is the change of the heat of reaction. So the heat of reaction equals the sum of the heats of formation of the products minus the sum of the heats of formation of the reactants. So if I have a look at the equation that I'm interested in, what I've got here in pink is slightly different to what's written above, because there's one feature here, which is I'm asked to give the heat of reaction for the combustion of 1 mole of tetraethyl lead. This equation is for 2 moles. So in pink down here, I've written the equation for the combustion of 1 mole. So the values are all halved. And now I need to put in these values, plug in these values that I'm boxing in pink here, into this heat of reaction equation. And so what I'm left with, I'll just drag it in now. So I get this because I'm looking at, these are my reactants and these are the products. Okay. And so I've put the heat of reaction equals, I'll just make that a little bit bigger. I've plugged in the products and the corresponding numbers of moles of those products, and minus the reactants. And then notice there that I've got a 0 here. I'll just drag in this little rule as a reminder that the heats of formation of elements in their natural state is 0 kilojoules per mole. So for an example, we've got oxygen, carbon, nitrogen, and calcium. So the heats of formation of those substances is 0. Just get rid of that. And now, so now I've got to plug in the values for these corresponding substances. So in the next line, I'll do that. I've rewritten the chemical equation with those values included. And bearing in mind, keep an eye on the signs. So as you work through these questions, a lot of it is practice putting it into the calculator and just avoiding errors, input errors. And oops, in case that's a little bit small, I'll increase the size there. So that's the answer there, and maybe just box it off to highlight it. That is the answer. So that's of key importance is that chemical equation at the start. Sorry, that formula. Heat of reaction equals the heat of formation of the products minus the heat of formation of the reactants. So you need to know that. And I'd also recommend what I've done here, just writing out the heats of formation of the different substances so you can keep track of that to try and avoid mistakes. Okay, hope that helps.